So, after your test on Wednesday, you are going to have 8 days of review. I only need 5. I'll take 6, but I definitely don't need 8. So, the Thursday after your test, you're going to be passing back papers. That Friday, I don't want to do anything. And just fun fact about me personally, this is my busy season at work. So, this week, I'm working 5 shifts. Next week, I'm working 6. So, would you be offended if you had movie day and I took the day off next Friday?
Yeah. No. You do what you need to do.
Oh, thank you. It'll be like a makeup day. You can make up all the do-nows, quizzes, whatever you need to do. And I'm going to be home sleeping because I'll be getting home every night around 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. So, is that okay with you? Then that Monday, I'm going to sit here and write your review packet. You're going to copy it down. You're going to come to school on Monday. We're going to review, play a little board game, play a little review game. Then it's review week. It's exam week. With that being said, your review packet that I'm going to literally handwrite for you is 100 points. That's your bonus points or your extra points because I'm literally doing it for you. Damn it. So with that being said, that's your review. What?
So do we not have any spice that week?
Review? No, it's over. This is your last spice of 2017. This is it. This is it. What?
You should self-interview so you don't
My husband loves my dog more than he loves me. It was official last week. So it's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. So if I got rid of the dog, I'd also lose a husband, which life would be way cheaper. I'm just going to say. Anyway. If you want more juice, help yourself. Let's go. Here we go. The Ming. We've already talked about the Ming, so some of this stuff I'm going to fly through really, really quickly. The Ming are going to be conquering post-Mongols. So the Yuan Dynasty falls, the Ming Dynasty rises. The Ming Dynasty is a cultural accomplishment. Okay, if you know anything about Chinese antiquities, you will know that Ming China, Ming pots, Ming bowls, any of that stuff, it gets the highest price of all of them because that's what they're known for, and that's the most precious and all that crap. The White House owns 3 of them. Okay, last year or 2 years ago, ISIS ransacked a museum, and they broke 3 Ming pots worth over $100 million. Okay. They're very precious because they don't know what they're doing, my darling. They're not smart people. Remember, those are the same people who broke down the ziggurats, correct? For fun. They literally just threw the rocks to the side of where it originally used to pile up. That's ISIS. That's who we're dealing with. Not that bright. Yes, Trey?
Are you going to tell us what the way?
Yeah. Oh, my gosh, at this point. You should know Hong Wu is the founder, correct? He's the guy who starts it. Yongle is going to be your probably biggest and most influential. Yongle is going to write the what?
Oh, the encyclopedia.
Yes, the Yongle's encyclopedia. And what's inside that Yongle encyclopedia, Sydney?
It's like how going back to the tradition.
It is all of the traditions of China. Yongle also is going to send who around the world? Guys, I've taught you this. Your exam. No. Han Moody is with Han. Timmy. Zhang He is going to be sailing around. Remember, that's the major sea expeditions. What you also need to know for Yongle, you have Zhang He and his sea expeditions. He's got the Yongle Encyclopedia. He's all about culture. And then he moves the capital to Beijing. Does anyone know what his palace is named? What's the nickname of Beijing? The Forbidden City. Yes? Yeah. Ren and I are going there next summer, aren't we, Ren? Yes. We're going to go in, and we're going to see some really cool stuff. Now, this is the size of Ming China. Are they known for their military prowess? No. No, they are not. Good thing about the Ming, they finished the wall. They finished the Great Wall of China, so you definitely need to know that. Who can raise their hand and tell me who started the Great Wall? It's also up there. All you have to do is read. Who is it? Trey. The Qin. Wouldn't it be great if the Qing finished the wall? The Qin started it, Q-I-N, and then the Qing finished it, Q-I-N-G. But they didn't.
So the Ming finished it?
The Ming finished it. Okay, they're going to complete it. When you go with Red and I to China next year, which you really should, I don't know how you can listen to all the stuff I talk about China and not want to see China.
Makes me kind of sad.
Why?
Because I want to go.
You should come.
I can't.
No. Well, you should come. It's going to be a good time. You're going to see the Great Wall of China twice on our visit, one in the rural parts of China and another in a more urban setting. So it's going to be very, very cool. Eradicating the Mongol past. Remember, the Ming are all about bringing back Chinese customs and culture. They bring back this. They keep the civil service. They bring back the civil service exam. They're bringing back all the Chinese stuff. They are in all of Confucianism. I've covered most of this, guys, so this should be pretty review. The Ming are going to decline. The Ming can't compete with everyone else's navies. Why are the Chinese navies pathetic? Who can raise their hand and tell me why? Will.
Because they don't need to sail a lot, because everyone comes
Everyone comes
from
to them. Why would they really have a navy, correct? Every other country's navy is becoming huge and incredibly powerful because everyone's trying to get to China. China has a navy. It's like 3 rowboats. Okay? Not very good. It's not going to be very successful. Yes?
What about when you're like buying silver?
The silver are coming to them because they want all the goods. Good question. So, emperors are going to start being secluded in the Forbidden City. You're going to want to write that down. Okay? The emperors are hiding themselves in the Forbidden City. Is it good for the leadership of a country to be secluded? No, it's not. Not only is he secluded within his country, outside people don't have any contact with him. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Bad thing. It's easy to lose control of your people when your people can't see you and you're not visible, correct? So that's a huge problem. So the Ming are going to collapse because of famine and peasant revolts. The reason why is because the government isn't spending the money it needs to on the people. It's spending it on ornate buildings and culture. Okay, so the peasants are going to rebel. They're going to take Beijing in 1644. I wouldn't worry about it. Okay, however, the peasants are going to take the city and a group of Manchus. This is very important. Manchus are going to come in during the revolt and take over China. This is the second time China falls to an external threat. What is the first people to conquer China? The Mongols, then we have the Manchus, which is pretty nice. They keep it simple for us, correct? Mongols, Manchus, they come in and they set up the Qing Dynasty. Okay, and they call themselves a pure dynasty, which is really ironic because they can't be pure dynasty if you're not Chinese. They're not Chinese, they're Manchus. Okay? Now the Manchus have a really awesome hairstyle, which they're going to enforce here in a second, and I'll show you here in a minute. So the Ming are going to collapse because the peasants are going to revolt. The Manchus are going to be like, oh, damn, I see you, peasant revolt. Why don't we use this opportunity to go in and take over? And that's exactly what they do. So, the Qing Dynasty, this is a map of the Qing Dynasty. I'm not doing your map for you this week. You have to do it on your own. But what can we tell about the map about the Manchus? Military is their strength. Remember, the Ming were only right here, right? Okay? All of a sudden now the Manchus are major conquering powers. Okay? So originally, who are the Manchus? Originally, they're nomadic. Okay? Don't worry about Chieftain Narachi or whatever his name is. Okay? You do need, you're going to have a couple names here in a second. They're going to control Korea, Mongolia, and China. That's a lot of territory. Now, when we talk about the Manchus, they're going to forbid intermarriage, just like who?
America.
Who in China refused to marry Chinese? Mongols. Mongols couldn't intermarry. You cannot study the Manchu language. Also sounds like a what? Mongols. You were forced to wear a specific hairstyle. Also sounds like the Mongols. So the Manchu hairstyle is you would shave your head to here, and you'd have a long ponytail behind. It's a look, guys. It's a look. I think we should bring it back. Gentlemen, what are your thoughts? Hard pass. It's so stylish. Look, you'd look great, Trey.
I'll do it.
Maybe
20 bucks.
$10?
I'll give you $20 to
Tanner? Tanner, I don't think Tanner's got enough to bridge, huh? There you go. A lot of them are. There's a lot on Netflix about it. What do you think, Will?
I like my nerves.
Yeah, of course. It's about the Ching. What do we think, ladies? If we convince the men here in Plant that this is a good, attractive look, we can kind of convince them to do it. What are your thoughts?
It's not like horrible. I want to do it, but like
It's awful.
Alright, so Emperor Kangxi, you do need to know his name. He's a Confucian scholar. He's a Qing, which means Manchu. What does that tell us about the Manchu? What does it tell us, Ian? Oh, okay, what? Is this?
Where's Mongolia? Because I thought Mongolia didn't exist.
It's not. It's a territory. It's not like divine states like we have today. Mongolia still exists. It's like in the middle. It's between Russia and China.
So it's like where the Mongols.
Mongols are originally from Mongolia, yes. Okay, so Emperor Kangxi, or whatever his name is, he's a Confucian scholar. What does that tell us about? You need this, guys. What does that tell us about the Manchu? If he's a Confucian scholar, what does it tell us, Will?
that he's Chinese.
No. You can't be Chinese if you're a Manchu.
They have like an arts
Nice. Are they pro-Chinese, or some pro-Chinese culture? Yes, they support Chinese culture, right? Remember, they're outsiders, they forbid intermarriage, they forbid all this stuff, but they do like some of Chinese culture. So if they believe in Confucianism, okay, what do you think they're probably going to keep? Civil service exam. Did the Mongols do that? No. Did the Mongols like any parts of Chinese culture? They didn't want any part of it. This is a difference between the Manchu and the Mongols. The Mongols do a lot of the same social things. No intermarriage, no intermarriage, no learning our language, stuff like that. The Manchus are allowing some Chinese culture to exist. His grandson, Quan Long, who's a very big deal, okay, is at the height of the Ming Dynasty, okay? He makes so much money that he stops taxes. Now here in 2017, our stock market is higher than it's ever been in history, okay? However, in Congress, we're trying to pass what? So, is the United States making enough money that we can cancel taxes? No. However, back then, the Qing Dynasty is making enough money that they can cancel taxes. Does that tell you what? They are rich. They are making money hand over fist. Okay? So, both the Ming and the Qing start a whole new cultural ideal. And it's going to continue up until the 1900s, 1930, I think the final emperor steps down, 1926. That your emperor is a demigod, or the son of heaven. So beforehand, emperors were of high power, now they're seen as demigods. And this is a transition for the emperor. From here on out, the emperor never walks on the ground. He is literally carried from place to place. They believe that if the emperor touches the ground, that he becomes immortal. So they carry him from place to place, and they have even more ceremony and rituals and doing all this stuff. Is this going to be good for the government running of a country, or worse? Worse. They become even more isolated in their major capital. They're also bringing back kowtows, but they're adding 9 head knocks, which means when you bow to the emperor, you have to put your head on the ground 9 times to show complete submission to the emperor. Keep in mind, Europeans are now trading openly with China. To trade in China, you have to get approval. To get approval, you have to talk to the emperor. To talk to the emperor, what do you have to do? Kowtow. Is this going to cause some problems for Europeans? There's going to be a lot of hostility, a lot of Europeans not only giving complete submission to a foreign ruler. It's going to cause a lot of problems. Boxer Rebellion, all these other things. All right, to the boards real quick. Let's go.
How
many weeks have we been together, Will? right, here we go. 9 head knocks. On your whiteboard, let's do a little review on top of new stuff. What Chinese dynasty created the mandate of heaven? You better know this. You better know this. You better know this. No. I've got 2, 3, 4 right. No. No. Georgia, please educate your peers. Zhao.
Trey.
One dynasty off.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
It's closer than saying.
On your whiteboard, please tell me what dynasty built the Grand Canal. Their only accomplishment. Don't you dare turn
Oh
around.
wait, hold on, I got that.
No, they didn't do a damn thing. We don't even know they actually existed. No, Trey.
Before them.
No, I've got 1 right answer. 1.
Oh, I got it right.
1. No, you don't.
No?
Wait,
No, you
oh,
don't.
this one.
Timmy, will you please educate your peers? The Swede.
Who were the Swedes?
There's so many dynasties.
I
feel you, Henry.
I don't even remember learning about this.
5, 4, 3. Hello. In 2 weeks, you have a midterm on content I'm teaching today and content I taught all year. We aren't done with content, ladies and gentlemen. The stuff I'm covering today will be on your midterms. AP Psych has been done with content for now. We're on our 3rd week post-content. Okay? You're not. With that being said, holy crap, people. In 2 weeks, you have a huge midterm. Now, we have 8 days to review. But, like, Henry, you still need to know it, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't taken a look on my wall, you should take a look at my wall and appreciate how amazing it is for keeping things in order, yes? Okay, so between now and the next couple weeks, I would be like, damn, what a great wall. She's got so much stuff back there. Makes a lot of sense why she does it. Okay, so I think we just proved you people need to review, yeah? 2 questions, we proved it. Holy crap. Okay, so let's go with this week's content so I can build my self-esteem up a little more. Please tell me, who is the founder of the Ming Dynasty? Oh God, people had to flip to find the answer. Who is it, Kiera? Hong Wu, on your whiteboard. What is the name of the gentleman who created an encyclopedia and who is hardcore Chinese? Good. Who is it, Gabby? Yongle. Yongle sent what dude around the world to get new technology? But this dude has a thing for clocks. And pretty much collects clocks everywhere you go. Who is it? Trey. Zhang He. On your whiteboard, please tell me what is the name of the 2 conquering powers who take over China. And tell me what dynasty they create. What are the 2 conquering outside invaders of China? Tell me what empire dynasty they create. You should have 4 things on your board. 4. What are the 2 dynasties from outside invasion? Good. No, Qin? Qin have like the terracotta soldiers.
Yeah.
What are they? Garrett.
The Manchurian, the Qing, and the Mongols need to be on.
There you go, guys. Yawn.
Sorry.
Guys, I'm like nervous.
It's okay. It's a Friday.
On your whiteboard, Yongle is going to move the capital city of China to its modern day location. What is the name of the city he built? Belling?
No, that's a J.
What is it, Catherine? Beijing. On your whiteboard, please tell me what is the nickname of Beijing and the nickname of the Emperor's Palace, which we'll be seeing. Apparently in this location, Benji, what is it? The Forbidden City is actually the palace inside Beijing. They have the museum of all the clocks that Zhang He collects. Yeah. So I'm like pretty excited about it. Jing Hao told me about it as I was leaving. He's like, yeah, are you going to go see all the clocks in the Forbidden City? I was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, all the clocks you were talking about today are in the museum. Are you going to go see the museum? I was like, I had no idea there was a museum of clocks. I know they have a cuckoo clock. They have like a massive, extensive cuckoo clock from Germany. Yeah, they're real.
Like people actually have those?
They used to, yeah. Now they're like tacky tourist traps. But if you go to Germany today, you can still buy them.
Wait, what are they?
Cuckoo clocks. The little bird comes out and says cuckoo, and then goes back in.
What does it say?
Oh, does it come out like every hour?
Somebody
Yeah.
has some of those, but it's
My
like-
grandma.
That would be so
Yeah.
creepy when you're sleeping.
She does?
You just hear cuckoo.
Yeah, but I mean, think that was your only time to tell time, and if you weren't in the house doing other things, you could hear it.
What if you're
I would
sleeping?
much rather still not knowing time.
How many trips or whatever you said it is? How
Yeah.
like
That thing goes
All
off
three.
every hour.
Yeah, but guys, think about clocks. They used to be really loud because not everyone sat in their house all day, correct? So people are out and living their lives, so you'd have to hear the clocks, especially if you didn't live near a church, because the church's job was to tell you what time of day it was.
What if it keeps waking you up every hour?
Yeah.
I really did not
I would just smash
That's
that.
not time efficient.
Son of Heaven, which we've already talked about. Here we go. So, Scholar-Bureaucrats is how the Qing run their society. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? It's a very good thing, especially for normal people like you and I who are not royalty. That means our government is going to run pretty damn efficiently, correct? If we have the best people in government, the government runs more efficiently. So, what we're going to do is we're going to have an intense civil service exam. So, the civil service exam stops for the Mongols, the Ming bring it back, the Qing keep it going. With the Qing, they're going to make it even more of a thing. Oh my god, I'm like a rap god over here. Did you hear? It was good. It's kind of wild over here. Wild. Nothing. I couldn't say it again if I wanted to.
Do we need all the like?
No, you just need to know. Remember your civil service. You've heard of this before. If you have never heard of this again before, then shame. However, I have taught, so just listen. Just a reminder, civil service exam, only 300 people are allowed to pass the exam. Anyone could take it. When you do it, it's a 3-day exam. You bring your own bed, your own chamber pot, and you're uninterrupted for 3 days. Anyone can take the test. Over 1 million people are going to have degrees in the Qing, so that tells you it's a very, very highly educated group. Okay? There's going to be some corruption, some cheating. Obviously, who's going to get more jobs, the poor or the wealthy? Wealthy because they have tutors, correct? But anyone can take the test, and it allows for a very effective system. Just listen. This shouldn't be a surprise that China's a patriarchal society. Can we agree? Everywhere in the world is a patriarchal society. China happens to be one of the worst. I would say India is probably still the worst, but they're pretty damn bad. That being said, the eldest son is favored, obviously. Males have a preferential status, economic job. So when you got married here in 2017, my dowry was a diamond ring. Essentially, McCrae bought me as a wife. Yeah? That's why he gave me a big ring. Technically, it goes to my parents because that's a wealth transfers to my parents, and then I belong to him. Yeah? That's what the ring means, ladies, in case you didn't know. It's a really nice chain. It's really pretty. I like it. Anyway. Especially in China, your husband will move you away from your family, ladies. You get married, your family gets a bunch of goats or pigs or gold if they're like top notch. And then you move away and you never speak to your family really again unless you can write. Maybe you'd write a letter or two. Is that good or bad for women? Bad. You're completely isolated, all that stuff. When your husband dies, you become a widow, and you're not supposed to remarry again because you have to honor your husband's memory. Maybe. Maybe. All right.
That's Indian.
I thought we're in China right now. Thank you. Thanks for listening. So, keep in mind, ladies, women are getting married at 14, 15. It's very common to get married at 14, 15. So if your husband dies when you're 17, guess what?
You are single forever.
Well, and you're not allowed to have wealth. You only have the wealth of your husband, and then you are a burden to your family because when your parents sell you off to get married, essentially they're just living on what that dowry is for the rest of their lives if their dad isn't still working. So now you become a burden to your family. Is this a good thing for women or a bad thing for women? Bad thing. So men for the first time can divorce their wives. So gentlemen, if your wife's a terrible cook, you can say, be gone. And she's divorced. She will live outside the city in a divorced women's village. They have no economic opportunity. They lose all wealth, titles, connections, and can't return home. Who benefits, men or women? Men. Okay, when we talk about divorce, men, if you get a divorce from your wife, you can do it for any reason. If she talks too much, get her the hell out. Then you can go marry any pretty little thing you want. And you can just continue your wealth. You don't have to give her any money. There's nothing. You can literally say, and I'm done with you. And she lives on the outside of a town.
Wait, so if you're a divorced woman, you can't remarry?
No. You are shamed. You are disgusting. Your parents won't even take you in.
That's so sad.
Good for men? Yeah. Good for women? Oh, horrible for women. Absolutely horrible. It only makes the patriarchal status even worse in China. Can we agree? Men have even more power. That, ladies, if you talk too much or maybe you don't smile enough, your husband can divorce you and completely destroy your entire life. Oh, and the lives of your children. Because if you're divorced, your children are disgusting human beings as well and will not get a husband.
Wait, will your children stay with the dad or the mom?
It goes with the mom. He's not going to want to hang out with kids. He's got a new pretty wife. Yeah. What?
Can you, like,
Oh, it may keep the son. They may, or he may reject the whole line. It's up to him. He gets to do what he wants. It sounds so great being a guy back in the days, right? Or Matt. Never mind. I was going to make another joke. It's going to make another joke. I don't want to go there. What?
are you able to, like, work your way back in society?
No. Ew.
So,
Tainted.
so, like, if you're divorced at, like, 17, you're the same.
Tainted.
They were probably actually married like 14.
Yeah. So you had a good 3 years, man.
Why don't they just move?
Move where? You can't. You don't have money. You need to have a male guardian at all times. All that crap.
Just walk.
Remember, he bought you from your parents. He bought you from your parents. Now you're your husband, and your husband says no. So you can't go back home. You don't have a husband. You have no money because money can't be given to a woman. None of that crap. You are literally living.
How do you mean?
I don't know. You grow stuff. I don't know. Anyway, population growth. Only 11% of China is arable. Arable, what does that mean? Environment, there you go. Intense garden style. Okay, obviously we have, what do we call when we have the little shelves cut into? Terrace farming. Very good. Okay, keep in mind, America's been discovered, so we have a lot of American things going all around the world, correct? We have manioc that just got to Africa, it causes a huge bomb. Sweet potato got to Africa, it causes a huge bomb. A lot of those goods are making it to the to China as well. They get maize, sweet potato, and peanuts. Can you imagine Chinese cooking without peanuts? Peanuts are like in everything. Peanut oil is how they cook a lot of their food.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a huge thing. So think about it. So we're going to see that even though tons of wars are going to happen, rebellions, the population is still going to increase, just like what happened with the slave trade. Okay, even though we have millions of people leaving Africa, the population is still growing, all because of American goods. Silk, porcelain, tea, lacquerware. Lacquerware is a new type of thing that the Ming create, which is super, super valuable, which is what if you buy today, it's worth millions of dollars. Do you teach lacquerware?
Yep.
Oh, you do? When are you teaching it?
Not for a while. We actually teach it when we're doing Indigenous America, because it's actually lacquerware, but it's a lacquerware wall screen that combines ink and shadow, which is mother of pearl from South America with lacquerware from Japan.
Oh, that's
So they're
cool.
trading with the Americans. Yeah. It's really cross-cultural.
Oh, yeah.
It shows that
I teach it too. Can you tell? This is what lacquerware looks like. This is lacquerware from the Ming. It's very, very valuable. If you happen to find it in your grandma's attic, congratulations. You and your grandchildren will never have to work. Okay, give it to him.
I didn't realize it was that valuable.
It is very valuable. You and your grandkids will never have to work again. It's very cool. Okay, so go digging through your grandma's closets. That ugly bowl, you know, you never know. Bring it to Antiques Roadshow. They'll happy to tell you how much it's worth. Huh? I love Antiques Roadshow. It's so great. What?
Do people on that show ever lie? And then,
I don't know. You're asking me about the validity? I have
They're
no
like,
idea.
oh, that ugly bowl, $15.
I'll buy it for
Yeah.
$15. Just get it off your hand.
Yeah, that's
Oh, that. Oh, I have no idea. Okay, so the Chinese are going to turn import relatively little. So the Chinese are the ones selling all this stuff. Since they're selling all this stuff they already make, there's no travel, they make tons and tons of money. However, they expect that all they want is silver in return. Okay, so because of silver demand, we're going to see the Chinese for the first time actually want something, correct? They like having silver and they want it. So when we start talking about it, we are seeing that silver is making it to China in a major, major way. And who's the one bringing it mostly to China? The Spanish. So the Spanish galleons aren't just going from Spain to from New World to Spain. They're also going to China. Keep that in mind. We're going to start seeing trading with the Dutch still. Okay? During the Ming, China stops creating new technology. Let's write it down. Ming and Qing. The Chinese are not developing new technology. They're just banking off of their natural resources. The rest of the world is making new inventions and changing how the world works. Because of that, Europe has gone from a place where they play with sticks to a place that's now conquering huge territory and making tons of money, correct? The Chinese have always been the place that has new technology, and now for the first time they're not really doing anything. They're just doing cultural things, okay? So, what is happening? Chinese importance is diminishing, correct? Okay, and that's going to be a good thing for Europe, bad thing for China. Okay, so we obviously have three classes, your upper class, your scholars, working class, lower class. Nothing of that is weird, so I'm just going to keep moving. We still have Neo-Confucianism, okay? That's a big thing. We have education of all levels. Just listen, this should make sense. Can we agree? Yes? Okay. And we have, of course, the Mongol Encyclopedia, which we've talked about. Okay. Christianity, this is new, is going to make it to China. This is new. You're going to want to write it down. Okay. Oh, if you want to leave with a cup of orange soda, please take it. If not, I'm going to throw it away. So as you're leaving, if there's still some left, you're more than welcome to take it. So, the Roman Catholics are going to start showing up in China. It's going to be okay received. With the Chinese, when everyone's dying, the Great Plague takes over China, a lot of them leave. However, the Jesuits are bringing it back. The Jesuits are the ones bringing it to the Americas, correct? The Jesuits are bringing it to China. The guy who's doing it is Matteo Ricci. You need to know his name. He attempts to convert the Ming Emperor. Does it work? No, but he does. He does kind of influence pretty heavily. Oh, I have 2 glasses of lemonade up here as well. If you want to take some for the road. One was.
How does that? Oh my god.
Well, yes, of course it is. So, the good thing about Matteo Ricci is that he does bring China clocks, and that's his big trade item. You need to write Matteo Ricci, Jesuit, spreads Christianity, spreads clocks. That's like his big thing, is clocks. I'm so sorry, Gigi. Did I get you?
No.
Oh, I got me all over the place.
It's okay.
I guess it could be worse. All right, guys, have a great day. Please take an orange juice for the road.